right, you guys, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to get all of this off of my back and onto the bike so I'm more comfortable. Because, as my brother-in-law put it, having all that on my back killed me on the last solo camping trip. And that was solo camping trip number 1 of many coming this summer. I'm learning as I go. So learn with me, come with me, and I'm gonna show you how I solved that problem. I'm not a fabricator, but dang it. Man, I got a hardware store in my garage, Tweaker Heaven. Many of you said this would not work. I actually think this would work. All right, in the interest of my solo camping series, I am trying to build a rack that goes in the back of this fender, and it carries 4 large things: my tent, my chair, my table, and my sleeping bag. I want them off my back. So this mounted just to the fender is very, very strong. This is super strong. This fender is really, really rigid, but I still want to reinforce it. So every Japanese bike I've ever owned has subframe bolts right here, and this has one for the exhaust right here, but then there's not one on this side. So I did find these. I don't believe they are mounted to anything steel, but there's something more than just this. So I'm going to build a steel bridge across and then hook to this bridge back this way and hook to this and have a platform that I can then attach some kind of rack using 2 pieces of square tube and then some round tube for the cross members. All right, there's the rough cut. Let's see how she fits. I need it to clear the lever mechanism. Look at that, you guys. Perfect. All right, I forget who taught me this, but you see the 2 round holes where I need to drill? You put a little bit of axle grease or some kind of grease on those screws that we want to attach to, and then you put it exactly where you want it to be. That's the challenge, but I got it on the first try, and it has illuminated where I need to drill. In my motorcycle only drawer of metric bolts, springs, and clasps and goodies in my Cerritos hardware store, I did find 2 sleeved bolts, same thread pitch with the collar on them right there, a little bit longer than the stockers to account for the little extra thickness. All right, I'm not a fabricator, but dang it, check this out. That fits absolutely perfect. The sleeves go in. This gives me something to tie this to so that this all becomes one structure. Something like this. I will have to bend this up and around. I've already checked the clearance for the seat. There's a big gap at the back of the seat. There's like a 1/4 inch gap that I think will work once I figure out how to bend this. But I'm gonna end up welding it to this here. All right, I've done some work on this thing now, put some bends on it, and this thing lines up. This thing lines up perfectly. So I can weld it. I tapered this back to put some weld in here, and it just clears up over the fender and flattens out right here. And there it is with the seat on. Clears right out the back seat, just like that. I got the basic rectangle shape welded up, and it's gonna go something like that, but centered and mounted correctly. There's my homemade bracketry. See how that's working? Utilize some of this, some of this. As long as the bike doesn't cartwheel and land on my back with a corner, I think I'll be okay. I now have this mount strap welded to this bracket, and it all lines up good. So this is now one piece. I need to figure out how to attach this to this, and then the entire thing together. And it's got to be able to come apart pretty easy if I ever want to take it off. I've been getting a lot of people commenting on what I'm building right here. Take a look at this. As you know, I just did my first solo camp out thumbnail right here. What is the problem today? I learned on my first solo camp trip that, man, this backpack that I had on my back right here in this picture weighed 40 pounds and it was killing me. So the bike also is a little heavy. It's an older bike, it's a 96. As you all know, I also have a modern bike here, the Beta 500 RRS. So what I'm trying to do is get the weight off of my back and put it onto the bike down here. Now in this picture you're looking at, this thing looks huge. I've had people comment that it looks like a barbecue, right? And what kind of steaks am I gonna grill on this thing? This fender is very, very sturdy for a dirt bike fender. It's like a 3-piece fender that clamps together, and it's even got these really, really thick ridges here where it houses all the wiring for the lights. I don't think it'll be an issue, but I'm building this thing right now in anticipation of my next solo dirt bike camp out, which is gonna be at a secret location, and I'm gonna take you there and I'm gonna explain the history on it. So in this initial setup picture, I was using as the crossbars these 3/8 thick solid steel, and one of you guys on a motocross Facebook page said, hey man, use the square hollow tubing. It's a lot lighter, and you're right. So I picked up some more of the square tubing and we're gonna start fabbing it right now. All right, so these welds here come out really, really good. I got the setting really good on my welder, so I'm gonna flip her over and finish all of the seams. All right, that's it. Look, let me show you guys. It's not, ow, it's hot, hang on. It's not that big. It's not that, it looks big. It looks big on camera, but it's not that big. It's just a rack. It goes over the fender. All right, there it is. So this strap, this is gonna get mounted, bolted, welded, whatever, to the strap. And then I'm gonna have to put a spacer bar underneath here, mounted to this right here. Okay, I'm liking the barbecue grill, but I'm at a standoff now. I welded this spacer on right here. That's gonna rest right there. Somehow I will attach this. But this part, I'm gonna make this a permanent part of this, so I'm gonna weld this right now. And in the interest, this is center, so I'm centering it with the rear of the tail light. This is center, I'm centering it between the two bolts that are centered. The metal is not centered. So in the interest of keeping everything centered, I'm gonna do a no-no. I'm gonna weld it right now here on my dirt bike. I'm gonna do little welds across till it's fixed, and then I'll take it off and finish it. All right, it's gotta be perfect. It's gotta be perfect, man. There's my weld point centered. It's a little to the left. Go right there. Gosh, I'm gonna put a clamp on it just to be safe. All right, that's doing something. Again, I'm not welding it to the bike. I'm welding it to the piece that comes off the bike. All right, wish me luck, you guys. Other than my feet getting stuff on them. Oh, I got it. Ah! All right, that's tacked. Let's go weld it up. All right, let's go finish the job. I got that sucker welded front, back, and those welds are all the way in there, man. Really looking good. Not moving anywhere. This is the resting point in the rear that's gonna rest on that fender bracket. I think I just might use some pipe clamps or something to cinch it to that bracket, which is permanently mounted to my fender. And then when I wanna take it off, I got a couple pipe clamps, a couple screws. Let's go test fit this thing. I gotta let it cool off. It's super hot right now. All right, the verdict is in. This thing weighs, this right here, this barbecue grill weighs 2.9 pounds. You guys, all you people that said it's gonna be too heavy, it's not. It's super light. That's lighter than some of y'all's helmet that you're wearing right now. So I'm gonna do a little mock-up bolt on here and we'll load all the gear and see what it looks like.
And is going to be, but if you actually look at...
All right, you guys, that thing is perfectly centered. And look at how sturdy it is. And I haven't even mounted the rear bracket to the fender bracket. Look at it. I'm thinking I could probably sit on the thing. So now I'm gonna affix the rear portion where that spacer is that I welded to that bracket that I got off of Amazon that I was originally gonna use and realized that thing's way too small. So I made the grill. All right, I'm telling you, man, I got a hardware store in my garage. Tweaker heaven. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I originally thought I could crisscross this pipe clamp like this. And I think I can. It'll just be super hokey. But if I just take maybe some of that 3/8 round stock and go across here, it'll give me a cinch point right here. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. With this mounted here, and now this piece of stock, this pipe clamp will hold it to this Enduro bracket. And this is actually pulling up, you guys, right? This is not pushing down. This has its own suspension in it. So when it's loaded, it won't be as heavy as it could be on this fender. Let's go put this other piece of round stock in here and let's mount this thing. Bolt it to the subframe, weld it to this and this strap here, which again, like a torsion bar, is pulling up. And then this is just, if you look here, it's just pipe clamped to this thing, which is mounted with 4 bolts through the subframe and the fender. And that sucker's on there, man. I think it's gonna work well. Let me just do like a demo load what I want to put on here deal. Check it out. It's working. Now, like I said in my last video, I suffered. My mattress pad was too small, my sleeping bag was too small. This is double XL, double XL. Gotta be comfortable when you're sleeping. So I'm gonna weigh all this, and I'll tell you guys what it weighs in just a sec. See if I fit on the thing. Yeah, so getting your leg over is gonna be tricky. I don't wanna fall over, I think I can do it. Yeah. All right, so that almost started to cramp in my back. Yeah, I can tell there's a little higher CG, but my riding position is gonna be super comfortable. Like, the bags are here, these bags are here, and I can wear a smaller backpack now. So let's go weigh it. I have weighed everything on this rack right here. Right here I have a tent, a table, a mattress pad, and a sleeping bag. Without the weight of the rack, all of those items weigh 17.9 pounds. With the rack, the entire system weighs 20.9 pounds. That's not a lot of weight. I'm not gonna be launching off whoops and jumps and stuff. I'm gonna be dirt riding trail, taking it easy so that my old 58-year-old body doesn't fall apart. These saddlebags weren't made for this bike, but I cut and I redid some of their straps to make them fit. Now that I got the rack done, in a couple days I'm gonna head out on my next solo dirt bike camp, and it'll be a good one. So go ahead and subscribe, you guys, if you want to see if my handiwork actually is going to be handy and work.
I'm not saying that is going to happen outdoors. You're shortened one moto at high point.
I'm curious, I just kept I was, but it was that close to that third spot.
This setup is not the end-all be-all configuration that I'm going to do. This is just for testing purposes.
The 96 of Hunter Lawrence, a crash, dropped in class. The showdown resumes.
There we go. This brand new one's junk.
By Prada.
See that little bit of flex? It's happening right here where the subframe ends. It's pretty strong. I mean, you can throw the whole bike around with this thing, but many of you said this would not work, and I actually think this would work. But an hour of riding like this is gonna do something eventually. So there is one bolt right here, and it's right in line with this. So if I can add something, I was just making this right here. So I'm fabbing this piece right here, and if I can bolt it right in here with the exhaust bolt and then weld it to here, I think it'll do a lot. We got the hole drilled for the stock bolt that goes to the muffler. Fortunately, it starts threading really early, and there's like over a ½ inch of thread. So we're only gonna lose a little bit. All right, let's not get crazy on the tightening. Hey, look at that. So all I need to do is just find this cut and then weld it to the bottom of this thing, man. And that's gonna make a huge difference. All right, let's see if I did it right. All right, I went ahead and I tacked it right where I want it. I'm gonna take it off and weld the whole thing, paint it, put it back together. All right, I got this kickstand part welded on. I got it gusseted. I'm gonna clean all that up. Yeah, man, that's gonna give me a ton more support. All right, let's get her cleaned up so it looks like I bought the thing from Tusk Off-Road. All right, I think I got it fixed, you guys. Or at least improved. It's hanging on my drying rack there. Let me show you what's up. All right, so I did the little kickstand going to the exhaust bolt, backed it up with a little bit of gusseting. And let's just lay it in here. Oh, look at that. Line up the two bolts. Line up that bolt right there. What do you think, y'all? A lot of you guys are telling me I needed support. I got one side. Now, why wouldn't I do the other side? Because this is the beta, and there's no bolts over here. I guess way down here there's a bolt, and then there's something here that I could one day come up around like this. But I think we're gonna be good with one. Let's put this thing back together. And man, let's end this video so I can go camping. In fact, I'm probably camping right now while you're watching this video. All right, you guys, solo camp out number 2 with my homemade luggage rack, saving my body from 20 pounds. And I'm gonna show you how I got to the very tip top of this mountain, boiling that gasoline on the dirt bike and boiling my blood too at the same time, overlooking the entire desert. on one side and just a few feet that way, overlooking the entire Big Bear Valley. It's really a cool spot. Subscribe to this YouTube channel because that video is coming out very soon. I didn't end the video because I wanted to show you guys. It absolutely took all of that wiggle out. Like there's hardly any flex. Like it is rock solid, just with the one. Now this side, yeah, even here, man, it's, you could like lift the whole bike and throw it around. Look, I think this did. Doesn't that look factory? Like, bro, that's it. I'm gonna become a fabber. All right, you guys, this is the configuration that I have decided to go with. What I have here is an XL sleeping bag, a table, an XL mattress, and a tent. Two-man tent, and then I have one of my deals here. Maybe we'll secure that a little better. But it's on there, man, and it's tight. It's not going anywhere. In the side bags here, I have some dishes. On the other side, away from the exhaust, I have some propane and a burner, and then some other tools and things in those packs. All of that is off my back, which is going to allow me to, instead of have this monstrous Titanic pack on my back, I'm going to have one of these smaller ones tomorrow. This is the smallest one. I want to try to take this one, and it's just going to be so much better on my back. So I'm loading right now. I'm prepping. I'm getting all my stuff together, and I'm heading out tomorrow. And I'm going to take you guys to the very top of a cool place, and we're going to talk about a lot of history. So here we go.